Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Data Download, the weekly newsletter of the NYC Media Lab. I'm Stephen Rosenbaum. I am your executive director and occasional host. And today we're going to talk about kind of some changes that are important to all of us in the media space. Most importantly, I assume we all know a change in administration. This is really interesting. It makes the year ahead exciting, important, complicated, frothy. Part of what we're looking at in the newsletter today is the complexity of tech and the changes ahead in policy and in practice. So first and foremost, I had never seen protocol before. Our friends at Edge Group found this really interesting article. We've mapped the links between Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and the tech industry. And when you look at the relationships, the thing that's really clear and that's important is, these are people that have been in the space a long time. They have personal relationships. A lot of what you're seeing in the administration is, former Obama officials being put in position. There is not going to be a push button answer to what is the future of tech and what is the future of government and how does it fit together. I will say just personally that Twitter has become much more manageable since the deplatforming of the former president of the United States. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, we can discuss, and we will. But that article, I think, is worth a read. The links are in our newsletter. And by the way, I'm just going to put up on the screen. If you are not already a subscriber to the newsletter, sign up. It's free. We work really hard every week to have it be things you haven't seen, questions that are worth discussing, not a heavy end of the week thump on your desk, but something thoughtful and interesting that'll make you go, oh, hadn't seen that one. So that's our first article for this week in the newsletter. Second, from ArtNet News, 2 hours inside the Met's new augmented reality experience. Really, really good article, really interesting. Question about when we're going to be back in museums. They're now reopening and some people are going. There's still obviously concern about social distancing and mask wearing and those sorts of things. But this is a terrific way to think about AR and its impact, in this case, on art. Next up, from Fast Company, an artificial intelligence scholar urges technologists to embrace humility. So the Media Lab did an event last week in which we gathered together some of our members and some presenters, and one of them was an AI developer who spent about 20 minutes demoing AI that has the ability to write puns and humor and jokes and how it analyzes what's funny and what's not. Fascinating, really interesting. Funny, yeah, there were one or two that were kind of funny. Anyway, read the Fast Company article. See if you think the word humility is the word that needs to be thought about in terms of AI. I would love to have your thoughts and feedback. By the way, for those of you who are watching this live, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn. You're welcome to post comments, and if I can, I'll try and answer them. Next up, this is from CNBC. Entertainment robots are the latest craze as the worldwide pandemic rages on. Did not know that there was a trend in huge robots, massive, huge robots. But not gonna lie, if there was a huge robot in my neighborhood, I think I would probably go check it out. So huge robots. And then next up, the pandemic paved the way for sim racing, but will it last? This is a New York Times article. I don't know if we have sim racers out there. I am not a sim racer, but definitely there's a change in the way entertainment is being produced today, and I think we're going to see those changes. Some of them go away as COVID gets addressed. Some of them, I think, don't go away in terms of the mix between virtual and physical. So if you're a fan of racing, check out this New York Times article also in our comments. Then in terms of what we're watching, really like this piece. This is from the YouTube channel Simply Explained. We hear this acronym mRNA a lot. Some of you out there are smart and know what it is. Some of you probably don't. And for those of you who don't, I found it a really valuable explanation of the phrase. And no one said this, at least in my world, yet out loud, but let's say it. I mean, if we develop this vaccine in a year and it actually is effective as all of the testing seems to say that it is, doesn't that have potentially extraordinary impact on other diseases and other medicines and healthcare broadly, if technology allows us to move this fast? So that's exciting. And look at other frontiers. Okay. Next, in terms of what we're listening to, we found this podcast, Babbage Innovation's Newest Wave. Babbage from Economist Radio. It's easy to fall into the trap of promoting the same, podcast every week and the same voices, and so we really do look to broaden our reach. This is from The Economist. I think you'll find it really entertaining, and maybe you'll subscribe. And then last but not least, in our must-read, a terrific piece from hub.jhu.edu about music. And I'll just read you just a paragraph. It says, in her music cognition course, Hopkins alum and senior lecturer Monica Lopez Gonzalez examines music through a highly interdisciplinary lens in order to answer complex questions of human brain function and development. So that is what we have for this week. The newsletter is, I think you'll find, refreshing and fun. We'd love to have your feedback and comments as always. And with that, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the week. We'll see you next week. Bye.